My name is Sarah, and until 2 years ago, I believed family would always stand by you when life fell apart. Then I lost my husband. Daniel and I had been married for 7 years. He wasn't rich, he wasn't famous, but he was the kindest person I had ever known. He made every ordinary day feel special. When he suddenly passed away after a brief illness, my entire world collapsed. For weeks, I could barely get out of bed. Every corner of the house reminded me of him. His coffee mug was still in the kitchen. His jacket still hung by the front door. I needed support more than ever, so I turned to my parents. At first, they acted sympathetic. They called a few times and asked how I was doing. But that didn't last long. Just days before Daniel's burial, my mother called me. "Sarah," she said, "you've been crying for weeks. You need to move on." I was shocked. "Mom, he was my husband." "I know," she replied, sounding annoyed. "But people die. Life goes on." Her words felt like a punch to the chest. Still, I tried to convince myself she didn't mean it that way. Then came the day of the burial. Family members gathered together. Friends came to pay their respects. Everyone was quiet and respectful. Everyone except my parents. While people shared memories of Daniel, my parents stood off to the side talking about vacation plans. At one point, I overheard my father laughing at my husband's burial. I couldn't believe it. Later that afternoon, as guests were leaving, my mother walked up to me and said something I will never forget. "This whole event has been blown out of proportion." I stared at her. "What?" She shrugged. "It's a burial, Sarah, not the end of the world." For a moment, I couldn't speak. The man I loved was gone. My heart was shattered, and my own parents treated it like an inconvenience. That night, I cried harder than I had cried since Daniel passed away. Not because of his death, but because I finally understood something. My parents didn't care about my pain. They cared only about themselves. Over the next few months, things got worse. Every time I tried talking about Daniel, they changed the subject. Every time I struggled emotionally, they accused me of being dramatic. Eventually, I stopped sharing anything with them. Then one day, my mother called. "Why don't you visit anymore?" I sat silently for a moment. Then I answered honestly, "Because being around you makes me feel worse, not better." She became angry immediately. "After everything we've done for you?" I almost laughed. Everything they'd done for me? They couldn't even show basic respect to my husband. That was the moment I made my final choice. I stopped calling. I stopped visiting. I stopped chasing a relationship that existed only in my imagination. For the first time in my life, I chose peace over obligation. Months passed. Then a year. Suddenly my parents realized I wasn't coming back. They sent messages, cards, even relatives called, asking me to forgive them. But nobody ever apologized. Nobody admitted what they had done. They simply wanted things to return to normal. But normal was gone. The truth was simple. Family isn't defined by blood. Family is defined by love, respect, and support when life gets difficult. My parents had failed that test, so I moved forward without them. Today, I still miss Daniel every single day, but I no longer carry the burden of people who dismissed my grief. Losing my husband broke my heart. Losing my parents was a choice, and it turned out to be the healthiest decision I ever made. Sometimes the people who hurt you most are the ones who expect forgiveness the fastest, and sometimes the strongest thing you can do is walk away.